This week on Theme Park Worldwide, the show, we're going to be looking at a €25 million investment happening at a theme park over in Ireland. We'll be looking at Paulton's Park on their two brand new roller coasters opening in 2016, and also talking about London Paramount. Is it going to happen? What's it going to include? And how secure is the project? It's all coming up here on Theme Park Worldwide, the show. My name's Shawn Sanbrooke, and that means it's time to cue those titles. And welcome to the third episode of the series of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and it's also March. And March does mean that most of the theme parks do open this month, both here in the UK and all across the world. You know, the parks are opening again, which is really, really good. Some parks have been open 365 across the world, some are open all year. In the UK, we're not really that lucky yet, but we'll be talking a little bit about that later on. But yeah, it's been a great week as well for Theme Park Worldwide. Some more complete experience videos going on. You're all loving the vlogs from Alton Towers, Blackpool. We had a West Midlands Safari Park vlog go on. And as you saw if you've watched that vlog, we had a great time. It was such a laugh. I went with my friend Jack and we had a great time and look forward to going back here later in the year. Anyway, without further ado, let's kick straight in with news off the rails. Welcome to News Off the Rails. Not sure why I did this strange action there with all the titles, but hey ho, here we go. It is Theme Park Worldwide after all. So yes, first bit of news coming up, we're going to talk about Paulton's Park. Now Paulton's Park is down near Southampton here in the UK. And I went last year after not going for a lot of years, and I was very impressed with the park. They had a brand new entrance area and turnstiles area, shop. They had many improvements. Peppa Pig World's gone in there, which is a great area for the children. Well, I say children, we enjoyed it too when we went, me and John in the vlog. But yeah, it's a great place to visit, Paulton's Park, and they're improving that offering for next year even more. They're putting in two brand new Vekoma family coasters. What parks in the UK put two coasters in 1 year? We don't get that very often. So yeah, two brand new rides going in a brand new themed area as well. It's going to be themed to dinosaurs, and it's going to be called the Lost Kingdom. So first off, we'll talk about each coaster separately. Both from Vekoma, like I've mentioned. The first one is going to be one of their family suspended coasters. So these suspended coasters, they don't have inversions. It's not like Nemesis, you know, you're not going to be flung around helixes really fast and inversions. It's going to be nice family ride. Don't get me wrong, it will speed up and it will have some helixes, but it's not going to be forcing you around 4.7 Gs, you know, like Nemesis. But it's going to be really, really good family coaster. I actually went on one of these over at Fun Spot in Orlando. Yeah, went to Fun Spot and rode one of them while I was out there, which was good. And if it is something like that, which it looks very similar, it will be a great family ride. So you've got that Flight of the Pterosaur. I think I've said that right. I'm not very good with my dinosaur names. So yeah, that's going to be opening there next year. Secondly, you've got Raptor, which is a Vekoma Junior Boomerang coaster. For those of you who don't know what one of them is, it's basically the lovely green roller coaster called Ben 10 at Drayton Manor. So Ben 10 it's a great coaster. I absolutely love it, and I rate it as one of my top family coasters that I've ever ridden. And it's just up the road from me. Well, Drayton Manor is, you know, about 30 miles away. Yeah, it's a great ride, and if you've not been to Drayton Manor, I've spoken to so many enthusiasts and they haven't been to Drayton Manor, or they've not been to Drayton Manor for years. A lot of improvements have gone over the recent years at Drayton, and it's great to go and check out. Of course, they had Air Race there last year. And yeah, you'll get a taster of what Paulton's Park are getting by riding Ben 10 Ultimate Mission roller coaster. So yeah, what this does, it takes you up to the top of the lift hill, like your traditional boomerang, and sends you around various helixes before coming to a turnaround section and bringing you back. Backwards through the station, where it brakes on the same kicker wheels that was the lift hill. Amazing, love it. But yeah, it's a great ride. Can't wait to see Paulton's get that. They're also saying that both coasters are going to be heavily themed and have near-miss features as well. So look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing how it differs actually to Ben 10 at Drayton Manor. That's the only Vekoma Junior Boomerang I've done. Plenty of the large boomerangs, but these junior ones are actually quite cool. So yeah, that's Paulton's Park 2016. We'll be following the developments there. Tato Park in Ireland. Now, I don't know about you, but before sort of last year, never even heard of this place or even Tato's. Tato are crisps, basically. Apparently they're like the Walker's Crisps of Ireland. Myself, never been to Ireland until this year to go and ride this. It's a brand new wooden roller coaster coming as part of a €25 million investment by Tato Park. It's actually a crisp factory that are building a theme park. So they've had this sort of games and a playground and a few little rides for a few years now. Obviously wanting to get into the theme park market. And then they're putting in this massive wooden roller coaster from the Gravity Group for this year. It's in construction at the moment. It's going to open sometime in the summer. No opening date announced yet, but I will be getting out there this year to go and ride this one. It's a huge new ride. One of the biggest wooden roller coasters in Europe going to be opening at the park. 32 metres high with a 29-metre drop. It was quite a steep drop as well, looking at the plans and also the construction, what's going on at the moment. I mean, look, it does look really good. It's got a huge banked turn as well, which is going to give the feeling that you are sort of nearly upside down, which is going to be great. I can't wait for that. So some other great rides going to be open at the park. Just go through them as well for you. So they've got an air race, which is going to be open. So obviously very similar to what Drayton Manor have got. I assume it'll have the generic Zamperla air race theme. Looking at the name there, unless they do theme it to something different, which could be interesting. And they've got a rotator ride, a sky tower, and also a 5D cinema opening. Not only have they got all that, they've also got a dinosaur walkthrough opening, which looks great. And I don't know if you saw over on our Facebook page the other day or in the West Midlands Safari Park vlog, they've also got a dinosaur walkthrough experience opening this year. Could it be from the same manufacturer who've done these walkthrough animatronics? Who knows, but I'm sure we'll find out when both projects are finished and open up later in the year. So yeah, looking forward to this. Tato Park, it's not far from Dublin. It's only 10-15 miles, I think, out of the centre of Dublin. So we're going to be visiting there. New attractions opening this summer. And how's that come? It's amazing, isn't it? How a park like that can just go in and spend €25 million on all these new rides, and especially a wooden coaster. They've gone in for a market there thinking, oh, there's not really many wooden coasters about in this area of the world. Let's put some in. So yeah, I really like the idea of that. I can't wait. It's a Gravity Group coaster, like I say, as well. So I'm sure it's going to be really good. Tato Park, and they've also got a factory tour as well, the Crisp Factory. So I'm sure that'll be a laugh, and the vlog from there is bound to be very, very funny. So yeah, that's Tato Park. Moving on then to our final big bit of news for this week, and that is on something that was announced back in 2012. It excited me when I saw it. I know it did a lot of you on the channel, and I remember doing this in the first series of the show a few years ago. And it's the Paramount Park, Paramount London as it's now known as, and that's going to be built on the Swanscombe Peninsula in Kent. Or is it going to be built? That's what we're going to be looking into a little bit now. So obviously this Paramount Park concept came back in 2012. Very, very exciting, and now we've had a lot more details about it, along with a Facebook page where you can contact them, the website launched over winter, so there's a lot more official things going on from Paramount. They've also released some new concept images, and they've also released these figures, so I'll go through them for you. 15 million visitors a year expected to visit Paramount Park. That is a lot of people. Alton Towers gets about 3 million, so in comparison. 50,000 visitors to the resort a day. So that doesn't say the theme park, it's the resort. So obviously they're going to have a few hotels. They're having Europe's largest water park built there. So it's a lot of visitors. £2 billion spent on the project. A lot of money. Set to open Easter 2020. 70% of the resort's going to be undercover. Great marketing tool there. The fact that rain or shine, Paramount Park's going to be rolling. And it's also going to be, as I hinted at the start of the show, a 365 park, basically meaning it'll be open 365 days a year. For examples include sort of Disneyland Paris, Efteling, other parks are close to 365, like Europa Park, Portaventura, because they have a large winter event as well. But yeah, this is sounding great for the UK. They've also partnered up with BBC Worldwide to do some attractions, and also Aardman Animations, the creators of Wallace and Gromit. Wow. So it's amazing to see it, but is it too good to be true? Let's be honest about this. Paramount sold off a lot of their theme parks over in America quite a few years ago now, which we know about. And as much as this isn't being sort of funded by Paramount, as it's been London Resort Company Holdings, they've bought the licensing to do this, if you know what I mean. So it's not Paramount, the actual pictures company that are building this. It's being built by a third party who've bought the sponsorship, if you like, which is good. Because Paramount did sell off their theme parks quite a few years ago in America. I look forward to seeing how it develops. There's consultations going on at the moment, public consultations about it all, which to me suggests that it's going to happen. It's all very exciting. It'll be huge for the UK and it will dominate the UK industry. I really can't wait for it. Some great new rides. So what can we expect now? So yeah, consultations are going on at the moment. You can go and like their Facebook page at London Paramount. And it all seems to be all systems go. Funding is supposedly in place for this, which is great to hear. It's always the funding what lets these projects down. There's a Paramount Park over in Murcia in Spain, which has not got off the ground for a few years now, all down to the funding in the Spanish economy, how it's been over the past few years. So we'll have to see with that one. It's also been backed by the government, woo, as a nationally significant infrastructure project. Wow, normally they go to like major roads, train links, like High Speed 2 for example, airports and airport extensions, Heathrow, millionth runway, yeah. But yeah, it's all very exciting, the fact that as well. So I do think I'm a believer in this project. There's a lot of people that are doubting it, and I do think we are going to see something. Whether it'll open to its full extent in 2020, I don't know. But I think there'll be quite a bit what does open in 2020, and then they'll have attractions planned for like 5 years after. So we'll have to see what happens with this project. It's all sounding good. They've signed a deal with the tarmac company that owns most of the land there, about 400 of the 800 acres they want. And they've signed that deal and they can have the land if they get the planning permission. So planning permission's going in next year, 2016, and then it'll be all systems go, I suppose, from there, which is great to hear. Paramount Park, sounding great, but let's go into some parks what are actually open now for our Guess the Coaster.
Like a roller coaster, move and shake me side to side. Yes, then I know, but I make me ride like a roller coaster.
So yes, it is time for Guess the Coaster. My favourite section. I absolutely love it. I think it's been a great addition this year, and it's going down very well with all of you here on Theme Park Worldwide as well. So, what was last week's sound? Well, a lot of you did get it right, and you all did guess, pretty much all you did guess down below in the comments. They all guessed vampire. And it was actually Vampire from Chessington. A lot of you seem to think it was the second lift hill. It wasn't. It was actually the first lift hill, if we're being that technical. But I'm not bothered about them details. Whoever got Vampire, you have got it right. And I am in the process of going through all your names and putting some sort of leaderboard together. I think it's going to take 5 or 6 episodes. And then we're going to have a significant leaderboard of sort of the top few people who are doing really well with this and getting them all right. So I will be revealing names very, very soon. But yeah, Guess the Coaster. It's a great section. I love it. So should we have another one for this week? I think we should. So here is your first clipping. You're going to get 2 different clippings of it this week. I'm treating you this week. You know, you're not just getting the one, but it's a bit harder this one than Vampire at Chessington. And just remember, it doesn't have to be here in the UK. It could be abroad. I know the first one was Oblivion, the second was Vampire, but it could be abroad. Or it could be in the UK still. I'm tricking you. Anyway, let's just get on with it. Here's the first sound you're going to hear from this week's Guess the Coaster. Stop. There we go. So yeah, the first guess. Why do these question marks just keep appearing next to me? It's amazing. There's nothing there now. Yeah. So should we have the second sound effect for you, Guess the Coaster? There we go. That is all. Came back again. Yeah. So if you know what that roller coaster is, let me know. All you need to do is comment below, just there. Comment below on the comments, and I'll let you know next week what that coaster was. Guess the Coaster. Remember, turn your volume right up for that section. I know you don't want my voice blasting too loud throughout your house, which is fair enough, but sometimes it does help you turn it up. You might hear, like the first week, which was Oblivion, you could hear the sound effects of Oblivion's audio in the background now, which is good. That's all for this week's Guess the Coaster, and we'll have another one here on Theme Park Worldwide, the show, next week. So yes, it's time for Interact with me. So let's have a little look at what I've had sent in here to the world of theme parks this week. So Stephen took a trip to Alton Towers and he sent in a little trip report. He had his first ride on Nemesis on the front row, which is really, really good. Can't believe he'd never done the front row before. Personally, I do prefer the back, but the front row, you come into that first inversion and see Forbidden Valley in front of you and it's like, oh, it's amazing. So yeah, thanks for sending that in there. He also had some photos whilst he was going around the park. Let's have a little look. So we had this one here on the plaza with the corkscrew. Nice there. I love the corkscrew. I love the fact that they kept that at Alton Towers and put it on display, which is great. He also had a couple of other photos there what he took around the park as well. Really, really good there, and thanks for sending in your trip reports. If you do have any trip reports, send them in, we'll look at the best ones, put them here on the show. Henry Moody had a Nemesis Inferno Lift Hill Walk. There you go, at Thorpe Park, which is really, really good. You can buy them now for 50 quid. I've got a couple booked for myself later in the year. Look forward to doing them, which will be awesome. Owen Norman has got an on-ride photo from the Swarm. Love the Swarm. Can't believe it's its 4th season in operation this year as well. Crazy, crazy stuff. Remember when that opened. And also TPW's birthday as well. Zoe Mitchell, massive fan of the show, has sent in a big one photo. You might be able to see me there. She did bump into me over at the park. It's great to see her. And we did persuade her to go on the big one. Bear in mind, Zoe has never actually done a big proper roller coaster like that before. She struggles with a lot of rides, and it was great for her to go on it. I was really pleased that she did ride it as well. And you might recognise a few of us from the vlogs there as well. We all got her on, and it was great to see you there, Zoe, at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Ninja Cat 20 has lied on the glass floor at Blackpool Tower. Oh, I love it. It's quite scary up there if you've never done it before, but it's really, really good. And that's a great photo. Thanks for sending it in here to interact with me. And also, a little birthday shout out. We like the birthday ones. That's to the Ninja Cat 20, whose birthday is this week. Happy birthday to you. You've been a big fan of the channel for a long time, so it's great to shout you out. If you do have any birthday shout outs or any other special occasions, let me know for Theme Park Worldwide. And also, if you've got any photos from the parks, let me know. And our wonderful Theme Park Worldwide admin, Charlotte, will reply to you on our social networks, which are at Theme Park WW on Twitter, where you can tweet in your photos or message. And also on Facebook, search Theme Park Worldwide, like the page, and on there we've got competitions and all sorts. But send in a private message of your photos or your special shout outs here for the show. Just a quick reminder, due to the amount that we do get, we will only be picking the best ones here for the show, so be really creative with any photos that you send in. That's all for Interact with me. It's now time for Ask Me Anything.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
So yes, it's time for another favourite of mine this year. Absolutely love these new sections here on the show, and I know you guys really are from the feedback. So thank you very much for all your support. It is always appreciated. And also hello out there to all the brand new subscribers on the channel this week. Over 350 of you, believe, this week. So it's great to welcome you to Theme Park Worldwide. But if you do have a question for me, make sure you send it in via the social media, which I did mention in the last section. But let's have a look at 4 new questions for me this week. Here we go. What could they be? Owen Norman has asked me, what is my favourite restaurant I've ever been to at a theme park? There's only one contender for this, and that is Food Loop at Europa Park. What happens here? You walk into the restaurant. Each person gets given like a credit card what you scan. You sit down on the table, there's a computer screen in front of you, you put your order in what you want, you then scan that card, which adds it to the bill for the end, which you then take to the till after you've finished, and then it comes on a roller coaster with a loop in, sends it down the table, onto your table, and then you eat the food. Amazing, absolutely love it. How the food doesn't get squashed and crushed, I don't know, but it's very well designed. I'd love to see something like that in the UK. So yeah, thanks very much for that, Owen. If you want to see Food Loop, there's actually a video here on Theme Park Worldwide, so after you've watched the show, check it out, and you will agree it's the most awesome way of serving food ever at a theme park. Well, just in general, we need more of them about. Thanks for that, Owen. Next up, you got Michael Miller, said, if I could buy any theme park in the world, what could it be? Oh, it's probably going to have to be, I know this, you're going to all laugh at this, probably Camelot, which is now closed down. I used to love Camelot, and I would love, if I won the Euro Millions like this week, I would buy it and I'd build my own theme park on there, and I'd really, really heavily theme it and put some great attractions on, both family and thrilling. So yeah, it has to be the old Camelot, which unfortunately shut, but I'd love to turn that place around, really, really would. Next up, Jenny Cousins, another big fan of the show. What was the first theme park I ever went to? It was up the road. Of course, it was Alton Towers. And I was actually, my mum, was working there at the time. She still does, actually, 22 years on. But I remember she was pregnant with myself, and she was working at Alton Towers. And I think that's why theme parks are in my genes, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, theme parks are definitely in there, and it's probably because of that. And I remember going, like, I was only 1 week old when I got first took to Alton Towers in a buggy, which is, it's amazing, isn't it? I can't believe it, and I've always been a big fan. I've got so many like home videos and stuff of when I've been. Really special to me. So thanks for that, Jenny. Final questions from Matthew Wakefield. What are my top 5 favourite parks outside the UK? Quite a tough one. Europa Park, Portaventura, Disneyland Paris, that's 3. I absolutely loved Phantasialand, which was great, and also Liseberg in Sweden as well. They're my top 5. Whether that's the order, I'm not sure, but I'd definitely put Europa Park at the top. Probably in 2nd Disneyland Paris, 3rd Portaventura, 4th Phantasialand, 5th Liseberg. Bam. There you go. If you do have anything, make sure you send it in at ThemeParkWW on Twitter and also on Facebook by sending me a private message on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. It's been a great episode this week, but it's time for the final section of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and it is, whoop, Merch Paradise with this lovely 13 mug. What I like about this, quickly, is the, it's just I like it, like the vines on the brickwork and all this. It seems like a lot of detail went into create a mug. I like how it goes into the handle as well. Love that there, one of my favourite out of 200 odd mugs what I've got here. Let's have a little look at a couple of yours. Owen Pickering sent in a Smiler mug, which is also somewhere here at the World of Theme Parks. Really good there. And Stephen Ashcroft has sent in some maps and tickets from the theme parks over in Orlando. Loved Orlando when I went last September. Loved the vlogs as well, and make sure you check them out here on the channel. The vlogs from that trip are great. First reactions to it after never been to Orlando before. It was really good. That's it for Theme Park Worldwide, the show this week. Of course, we'll be back next Wednesday evening with yet another episode of the show, and it's going to be really, really good. That's all from me, Shawn Sanbrooke. Make sure you send in all your things to interact with me, Merch Paradise, and any reviews and stuff as well. Really look forward to hearing from you. And of course, Charlotte will get back to you on our social media platforms at ThemeParkWW on Twitter, and also just search for the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. Thank you for watching Theme Park Worldwide. Have a great week, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later.